looks like I've got a flat. I'm set up tubeless on this bike, so the easiest way to do it is to get a decent tubeless repair kit, find the hole, plug the hole, and then inflate the tyre again. CO2 pump works quite well. If it's a well-fitting tyre and rim combination, your normal pump might do it. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way with an inner tube. So first thing to do is make sure the chain is on the smallest cog at the back. That gives you more space to work with to get the chain, the wheel out. Makes it easier to get it back on again at the end. What I'm also going to do is take the clutch off. This bike's got a clutch, so take the clutch off to make it easier to get the wheel out also. On this bike, to get the axle out, I need to use a multi-tool. You might have a lever on yours, so just going to undo that. And make sure anything you take off the bike you put down somewhere safe so you don't lose it. Okay, I'm going to make some space with the rear mech, so carefully pull the rear mech backwards and lift the bike off the wheel very carefully. I'm going to put the wheel down, cassette side down, so I don't damage the rotor. Pop the bike down on the non-drive side somewhere safely. Once you've got the wheel off the bike, you need to unseat the bead all the way around the wheel if it hasn't already come off. This makes it much easier to get the tyre off the rim and create slack in the system. What I'm going to do now is push all the slack in the tyre to the bottom, so when I flip it over you should have some space at the top of the tyre, and what you might well be able to do is pull up on the tyre and get the tyre off the bead without using tyre levers. If you're struggling, however, a couple of decent tyre levers, one in there, one about 4 inches away, and the tyre should come off nice and easily. What I'm going to do next is take out the tubeless valve to make space to put my inner tube in. Again, put that somewhere safely, we'll need that later to make your tyres tubeless again. Okay, next thing I want to do is just check for the damage. So if anything is protruding through the tyre, obviously I want to remove that first. Okay, so what I could do is just visually have a look around the tyre all the way around. The other thing I might do is just rub the back of my hand around very gently, also whilst looking. If I just go in there with my hand, I could cut myself if it's something sharp, so just be very careful. Appears there's nothing in there. The other thing I'm going to do is check my rim if it was a big hit, to make sure I haven't damaged my rim anywhere, and if I have, how to deal with that. Okay, I'm going to grab my inner tube. The first thing I'm going to do is put a bit of air in it, and that makes it easier to put it in the tyre, and means that I hopefully won't pinch it when I go to put the tyre back on. Once the inner tube's in there, I'm going to start at the bottom, working my way all the way around, popping the bead of the tyre back on the rim, and I should, with most tyre and rim combinations, be able to just peel the tyre back onto the rim. Brilliant, that was nice and easy. I'm going to put the lock ring of the inner tube on loosely. Oh. It won't go on this one. There we go. And I'm going to set the wheel down on the drive side so I don't damage the brake rotor. Time to pump her up. I'm going to get my pump. A decent pump makes all the difference, especially with a modern mountain bike tyre. So So blow it up until you see the tyre ping back onto the rim all the way around. Just check both sides and you can see the line around the tyre all the way around. We're going to take our pump off. Check our tyre is the right pressure. It's a bit hard, so I'm going to let some air out. Do my valve up, dust cap on, and then we're ready to put it back into the bike. Just going to get my axle ready. So earlier we popped the gears onto the highest gear, the small cog. So we're going to line the chain up with that one. Pull the rear derailleur back carefully. Line up the brake rotor in between the brake pads and it should slot into place. I'm going to grab our axle, pop it through and do it up. It might need a bit of wiggling into place. There we go, just seat it in the right place there. And it's in. Do it up to the specified torque. Pop our clutch back on. Always check repairs when you do them on bikes and make sure the tyre looks straight, it's the right pressure, and we're ready to ride again.